Hello guys, I am Stephen, your YouTube English teacher. In this video, I'm going to share with you a Model C1 report, and this will be very useful for those of you who are going to do the Cambridge Advanced exam, the IELTS exam, or for those of you who have a job where you have to write reports in English. So, let's begin. On screen we have a task which is very similar to the Cambridge Advanced Writing Test. The limit is 220 to 260 words. I'll now read the task to you. You have just concluded 4 months in a new job. In readiness for a progress meeting, you have been requested to write a report for your manager. Your report should explain what you believe you have accomplished in the role so far, describe any issues you have faced, and propose any future actions that would be beneficial. Write your report. So straight away I can spot 3 paragraphs. A paragraph about what I believe I have accomplished in the role, a paragraph where I describe the issues, and then a paragraph where I propose future actions. I will also have an introduction before that. So let's take a look at the model report. So first of all, the title is Quarterly Sales Report. First things first, in English, when we talk about the business year, we talk about 4 quarters. Each one is 3 months. And because let's imagine I have been in my job for 4 months. Therefore, this report is going to be the first quarter that I have worked there. Quarterly sales report. Now, obviously, I'm a teacher. I don't work in sales. However, I have chosen a topic that I think I could write about because it's something that is very general and I can use my imagination. And I think that's a fantastic tip for you. You don't always necessarily have to write about what is true in exams, in these kind of exams. You can create something using your imagination and something that you think you can write about. So first of all, I'll read the introduction. In this report, I outline my achievements to date, issues which have arisen, and the proposed actions I believe offer the best way forward. So those 3 things there. I've used a comma after the fronted adverbial. This is a great collocation, issues which have arisen. This comes from the verb to arise when we're talking about problems. So that's a super little introduction there. So let's take a look at our first paragraph. Throughout this quarter, so I have a fronted adverbial. This is the paragraph, by the way, of my achievements. I have increased domestic sales by 25% and international sales by 35%. And then I put in brackets the highest international sales in company history. Together with my team, a fronted adverbial, I secured several new high-value clients. So I've got a comma after the fronted adverbial, together with my team, but I also have a comma between the 2 adjectives, new and high-value clients. And then I have another comma where I add on this extra clause. In addition to building more fruitful relationships with existing ones. That's actually another adverbial. So you may notice fruitful relationships. Fruitful is a fantastic C1, C2 adjective. It means that it is something which produces a result. Comes from the word fruit. If you think of a tree which produces fruit, and you think of a relationship or an experience that gives value, we say it is fruitful. Furthermore, I improved several processes, leading to increased efficiency and profitability. So we have a comma after furthermore, and then we have another comma for the adverbial, leading to increased efficiency and profitability. Finally, I identified several areas where we could save money, e.g., renegotiating key contracts with our current partners. And the word here, key, means very important, and they are central to the business. Let's look at the next paragraph where I talk about the issues which I faced in this role. Recently, several issues have become apparent. That means I've realised that they exist. Firstly, we are lacking in staff with linguistic skills, which has created barriers when dealing with some clients and securing several new ones. Now, we've already used the word secured, I've just realised, in our introductory paragraph. I'll have a think if I can find a synonym for that. Secondly, our IT systems require an urgent update as they are currently rather slow, leading to increased waiting times for product delivery and, at times, colleagues becoming frustrated and demotivated. So quite a long sentence there. Let's go through it again. Secondly, comma, our IT systems require an urgent update. And then we have a subordinate clause, comma, as they are currently rather slow, comma. The word rather here means quite, and that is a very formal and high level to use rather as a synonym for quite. Then we have an adverbial, leading to increased waiting times for product delivery, and then we have a little adverbial here sandwiched between two commas, at times, colleagues becoming frustrated and demotivated. So that is our paragraph where we talk about problems. And what we could say for the sentence where we've said securing several new ones, we could say winning. In a business, you can talk about winning clients, means gaining clients. So there we've not repeated secure. Let's take a look at our conclusion. And this is where the paragraph where we recommend steps for improvements. So obviously we need to link this paragraph to the previous two paragraphs. So we identified two problems. We identified the lack of linguistic ability, but also the IT problems. So we need to, when we make our recommendations here, address those problems. In conclusion, I recommend recruiting staff who are fluent in the following languages. And then we've got a colon to introduce a list: Italian, Portuguese, Russian, and Chinese. Moreover, we must invest in new IT equipment. IT in English, it stands for information technology, and it's everything to do with computers. Moreover, we must invest in new IT equipment and hire an IT manager who is adept in Python and system maintenance. Now, I know zero about Python. I only know that it's a computer programming language, but I've put it in there. Okay, it's the kind of thing that I imagine an IT manager would need to know about. So again, use your imagination. Let's look at this now. This sentence here, this is a very high level example of the word should. Should is a modal verb, but in this sentence, it has the meaning of if. Should we achieve these two aims in the coming months, I believe that we can exceed our fantastic sales revenue and achieve our highest profits to date. So yeah, great example there of should. Now, I want to just whiz back through this. And what I'm going to do, I am going to highlight all of the ways in which I have started sentences with fronted adverbials. And I'm going to highlight them. So we've got in this report, comma, throughout this quarter, comma, together with my team, comma, all ways of starting sentences, furthermore, comma, finally, comma, recently, comma, firstly, comma, secondly. comma. And then we have in conclusion, comma, moreover. And what all of those sentence starters do, some people call them fronted adverbials, some people call them connectors, they really add to the flow and what we call the cohesion of the text. And they make the sentences, it's less boring, and you really need to do this if you're aiming to write at a C1 level. It enriches the text. So there we have it, a really good example of a C1 report from a professional environment. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. If you did, please put a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so as well. I love to read your comments. I answer every single one. So if you have any comments about what you have seen today or any ideas for future videos, please let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.